Hey, here we are, another Tuesday, another special guest, and we're off and running with the noon whistle. I'm John.
And I am Dustin, and we're here with Miss Stephanie Klett, who is the president and CEO of Visit Lake Geneva. Stephanie, we've had a phenomenal day so far already.
Oh my gosh.
Together in the school district. It's been amazing. Why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, first of all, it's great to be here. I love your energy, and I actually watch your podcast.
It's amazing.
I'm
Thank
a
you.
non-Elkhorn graduate, so
Did you hear that?
yes, great school. Tourism has been my life. I was born and raised in Beloit, a graduate of Beloit Memorial High School, Beloit College. I was Miss Wisconsin, which parlayed me into a job called Discover Wisconsin. So for 20 years, I got paid to go on vacation.
That's amazing.
Yes. Oh my.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if that's a career path that we offer, but we might expose our students to that.
Yeah. Before you go too far, though,
yeah.
me and Miss Wisconsin, amazing. And there's a lot of things I'm sure you learn.
Yes.
Could you teach us something? Could you teach us, there's always that wave. People go, oh, yeah, that's the pageant wave. Well, what?
You guys want the pageant wave?
Is there a technique to that?
I mean, this is education.
My goal is to learn something
hand,
every day.
Hand, wrist, wrist. Hand, wrist.
Mine's just got to go with some.
And just a little wrist.
Do you have to cup it a certain way?
No, you can.
Okay.
You can.
All right.
Yes.
Right,
I'm glad I could educate you guys on that. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you.
1% better every day. That's
1% better.
All right. Sorry to interrupt.
But when you talk about learning, no matter what field you're in or no matter what part of life you're in, you can always learn something. So during Miss Wisconsin, I was Miss Wisconsin in 1992. So HIV and AIDS was really a big issue back then. And so I spent my year talking to 53,000 teenagers about HIV and AIDS, and also created a nonprofit company called Spotlight on Wisconsin to spotlight the great things about the state and to raise money for it. So raised almost $5 million over the course of 20 plus years. So went on to Discover Wisconsin, and from there took over the television show, the radio show, then writing all of our marketing releases, news releases, press releases, public relations. And of course, we were at a time before social media.
Yeah.
So it was old school, actually writing news releases, sending them to the newspaper. And so how things have changed. That would have been helpful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Stephanie, your energy is amazing. We talked for 10 minutes before we got going here, and wow, there isn't anything you haven't done, tried, gonna do. Yeah. So that is amazing. I'm energized from just talking to you before.
Oh, thank you.
And I think I'll probably need a nap when we're done.
I think my cheeks are from smiling so much.
Listen to these guys. Listen to these guys. Well, I think it's being raised. I have no sisters and 9 brothers. And in fact,
hold your own.
Yes. And it explains why I didn't get married till I was in my 50s. Because when you're surrounded by 9 guys, at the end of the day, you don't want to go home to another guy.
Well, as a boyfriend, how do you get past that firing squad?
Oh, we have stories about that. Nobody did.
Yeah.
Nobody did. So energy just had to be. But after Discover Wisconsin, Governor Walker reached out and asked me on a Thursday to become secretary of the Wisconsin Department of Tourism. He announced it on Friday, and I started Monday. And so that was 8 years of spearheading marketing for the state of Wisconsin.
And you had mentioned to us that position goes along with the governor. So if the governor doesn't get reelected, that position is not.
It's no longer yours.
It's no longer yours. The next person can appoint who they want.
Yes. And it doesn't matter how great you do.
Yeah.
And for me, I've always been bipartisan. And so I learned a lot about politics while I was there, but I made sure that it was always about all the positive attributes of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And so we won 130 national and international awards for marketing and public relations. But doesn't matter what you do, when the time's up, the time is up. Yeah. And so I came to Lake Geneva, where I'm president and CEO of Visit Lake Geneva, which is the most challenging job I've had to date.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Hands down.
Can you tell us a little bit about what the mission of Visit Lake Geneva is and what your goals are each year?
You bet. So our goal at Visit Lake Geneva is twofold. One, we market this region, including Elkhorn and Delavan, Lynn, Lyons, Lake Geneva, Fontana, Williams Bay, to the world.
I don't know if everybody understands that. When you think Visit Lake Geneva, your initial thought goes to it's all about Lake Geneva, but you are really southern Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's regional because think about it. When visitors come to this area, say I'm going to Lake Geneva. Well, 2 miles away is the Grand Geneva. That's in the town of Lyons. A few miles away, 5 minutes away, you're in Elkhorn.
Yeah.
And so half the time my friends will call me, they're like, hey, I'm in Lake Geneva, come meet me for lunch. I'm like, where are you? And they're like, Fontana. And so it's a region. People think of it as a region. So
if you're on the lake, you're in Lake Geneva, right?
Exactly. Yes.
So part of your goal, it sounds like, is obviously attracting people to the region.
Yes.
I know when you're trying to attract visitors, but when we're trying to attract people to live and spend money in our areas, one of the big drivers oftentimes is the school systems.
It is.
And how good the school system is a lot of times what people decide on where they're going to live and where they're going to start a family or where they're going to move their family.
I love that you said that. And I guess I didn't finish because Visit Lake Geneva, we're also a chamber of commerce. So we have over 500 partners, including Elkhorn area, high school and the school system, because we know, one, if visitors come here and they love it, they're coming back. And the more they come back, the more apt they are to move here, go to school here, get a job here, or retire here. And so our workforce is only as good as the people here. And so we're always trying to connect our partners, and our partners aren't just, tourism related. They're attorneys and they're manufacturers and they're agriculture. So today for me, meeting with you and the students that you had at our chamber event this morning was mind blowing, because so often you hear, oh, kids today. Right? There's social media. They don't know how to have a conversation anymore unless they're on their phone. These students rocked it. They blew the roof off. I haven't been this impressed with a group of young folks in so long. So I don't know what you're doing here. Actually, I learned about some of the stuff you're doing here, but you just keep doing it because you are elevating this area in a way that will affect generations of people. And so I hope every teacher, every advisor, every principal, every coach understands the profound impact you're having immediately, but also in the long term.
We really strive for access and opportunity. And that's the kind of the driver behind it is, and what's best for kids, right? Well, and I think a lot of districts do that. What's best for kids? What can we provide? How can we give them access? So, thank you for the kind words. And we try.
The students were amazing. So one of them wanted to be an anesthesiologist in healthcare. One is like Future Farmers of America, and she wants to get into agriculture industry. One or two wanted to be engineers.
Civil and aerospace.
Yes. And in aerospace, I was like, get down. I have a nephew who has his PhD in aerospace engineering, and I don't understand anything he says. And he created an AI company now. And so when he said that, I'm like, they're dreaming big. But because of your programs that you offer, they're not just dreaming it. They're making it a reality, and they're making it a reality sooner than most people do because of the college credits you offer, the different internships and programs you offer. I think every one of our Visit Lake Geneva partners that were there today were just floored.
Yeah. Let's backtrack a little bit. So you have monthly meetings with all your partners?
Yes.
Well, today we hosted it at Elkhorn Area High School.
Yes.
So let us dig into a little bit about why you wanted to host at Elkhorn Area High School and what the importance there is for your organization.
Well, it's really important because, again, you are the future workforce. That's who you're educating. But also, we had been hearing so many great things about what you're doing. So literally, it became like, what's going on at Elkhorn Area High School? Right, exactly. And so you guys are going to state and sports, you're doing DECA, you're doing all these different things. But I keep hearing locals in the area say they are raising, for lack of a better word, these incredible young people. And what we saw today, it was just that. Like, I can't describe it. I wish I could put my brain into this right now, and show everybody what's in my head, because I sat there floored, and it was everything with I think you had 6 students up front, from their posture to their command of the English language. You could tell they were leaders. You could tell some were quiet leaders, and some were a lot more outgoing. It was diverse. It was engaging. And so again, I say, I don't know what you're doing here or what you're feeding them, but keep doing it. So
we see this every day with our students. They continue to amaze us every day. Today, after the last part of the meeting, we did a tour of all of our pathways. And one of the young students, Jackson, was leading a tour in the tech ed area, so showing all of the trades. And there was a time where Jackson basically was like, all right, we need to stay on track here. And he was like commanding the whole group of not only business owners, but then teachers. And it was taking us to the next level. And it's just like, wow, leadership in action. I just like, I'm just going to shut my mouth and sit back and let him run this, because he's rocking it. And this is an experience that now, it's one of those things that we try to get all of our students, is a transformational experience, right? So
that's a big word.
Transformational experience or experiences did you have in high school that helped guide you on the track you're on? And then how is that preparing you for life after high school? I made a comment today that we don't want our students sitting at their graduation party and then their aunt or uncle comes up and says, well, what are you doing next year? And then they say, well, I'm not quite sure, thinking about going to college. Like, we can't afford to do that anymore. What experiences can we do while in school so that you can make an informed decision and be a savvy consumer of your education? You heard our superintendent, Mr. Tadlock, say many of our kids are leaving with multiple college credits already. Many of the students on our panel today are leaving with 20 plus college credits in their belt. Some of them are already entering as sophomores in college, their first year.
This is crazy.
So
that's the word.
Put them on a track to be ahead of the game. I mean, that is the goal. So
they're ahead of the game, and not only with education, but what it means is they'll be the first out to get that job, to start retirement planning early. Because if you started in your 20s, it doesn't matter if you make this much money, you just start putting it in. By the time you're 65, you're a millionaire just because of that. And I loved, in fact, I believe the students mentioned they have a finance class that's mandatory in a competition.
So, well, not necessarily a competition. All of those students are competing in their different career and technical student organizations, whether that be DECA or Skills USA, HOSA, FFA, FCCLA. They all are competing, but we have a financial literacy class, and now it is a state requirement. So all high school students are graduating with financial literacy skills.
Oh my gosh.
So it is a state requirement now.
That's amazing.
And then coming up here in 3 weeks, we have our reality check day. So it's like a virtual game of life that we're partnering with Educators Credit Union on. So the students will walk through a game of life. So if they want to have a dog, well, that dog has a vet bill.
Is it like a year and a day, right? You go through a year worth of finances and events.
All the different life things that happen. You have to put tires on your vehicle, the insurance costs. Oh, you have a vet bill.
I need
a mortgage.
I needed this class.
Yes,
I'm so jealous, because again, they're so ahead of the game. That's a lesson I think I learned in my 30s.
Right, the hard way.
Right,
the
exactly.
hard way.
You learn it the hard way. Right?
Oh, I love it. But that's, your innovation is over the top. And I learned that you have a sports marketing program. And yeah, and so I obviously, Donald Driver is our spokesperson for Visit Lake Geneva, and I work with a lot of those, sports stars. And so you talk about a field that's thriving. So just the fact that you're that innovative blows my mind.
And I think one of the most important things that I took away from today was when the kids said, it's knowing maybe what you don't want to do, that you have an opportunity to try things or different pathways that you thought you liked and go, that one's not for me. So I have a chance to shift and go to another one without the cost of, I applied for a job, I don't like it, now I have to leave that job and find another.
Yes.
To me, that's amazing.
We have multiple stories where, let's say a young person wants to go in healthcare and they're thinking, I am on track, I want to be a registered nurse. Well, we get those students in a certified nursing assistant program. Then they go on, they work at, let's say, Aurora, Lakeland over here, they're a CNA, and they realize, I still love healthcare, but I don't really like hands-on patient care. Well, now they know that, and they learn that while they're 16, 17 years old. So now they can guide themselves to more maybe a administration type role within healthcare, or something else in healthcare where they're maybe not so much patient hands-on care. So now they're not wasting a year learning that in college, or maybe they learn that second year where they're doing some clinicals. They're learning that right now in high school.
Right.
So it's not wasted
my 5
time.
children, 2 of them found out that way. One thought he wanted to be an electrician, did a youth apprenticeship, said, I don't think this is really switched to plumbing. And my daughter thought she wanted to be a dental hygienist, did a youth apprenticeship. I don't think this is what I thought it was, and went into nursing. So I mean, at no expense of get a job, leave a job.
Right.
It was like, I got a chance to try. So like, that's so amazing to me that kids get those opportunities to try.
Well, and how important is it for you to have Gateway Technical College here?
Oh, it's a game changer having it right there in our backyard. And like you heard our superintendent say, most school districts, we have to offer up to 18 credits for all students. However, Elkhorn, the school board has decided that we don't want to put that limit onto students. If they're continuing on in a pathway to their career, they can take as many credits as they can fit in. So like I said, we even have kids on a pathway starting their freshman year that they will earn their associate's degree before they graduate high school. Yeah.
What you are doing, again, I don't have the words for it. It's so great.
It is definitely one of the reasons that drew me to the Elkhorn Area School District is we find a way to say yes for students.
I thought it was because you were going to share an office with me.
I like sharing an office with John. He does have the best haircut in the school.
No, he does. He does. These guys are so mean to each other.
But really,
is there a class on how do we get along?
We're trying. We're in it now.
Thankfully, we have our backs to each other. But it really does come down to, is it good for kids? Then let's make it happen. And when we do that, it's also good for our community. It's good for our local businesses. Right now, in our consortium for our youth apprenticeship program, we have a little over 200 students within the entire consortium in the area. So Racine, Walworth County, all of the Gateway Consortium there, we're going to earn, those students will earn a little bit over, I think, $1.4 million this year. If you look at what that does then on return, that's about a $7 million economic impact on the area. So not only are those students working in our businesses, but now they like to spend their money too. They're spending their money in our businesses, and they're kind of keeping that going. So the students, not only are they our future, but they're our present right now too, and we need to do what's best for them.
Well, I know after the meeting today, a lot of business owners that are part of Visit Lake Geneva were connecting with the kids, and I call them kids. They're not kids; they're young adults. But when you get our age, you're going to be like, these kids. To say, hey, I've got an opportunity at my business right now. I'd love for you to come work for me and work this summer. So just making those connections. And that's the benefit
for us too. Hosting your event here was great for us because not everyone understands the magic that's happening inside our 4 walls in our schools.
Yes.
There are some great things going on, and we want to connect our kids to those community members because when we can get them out of the classroom, those are sometimes the skills that we can't replicate inside the classroom. So when we can get them on the job, or we can get them job shadowing, or just talking, that's when those transformative experiences can happen.
Absolutely.
Kind of spearhead them on the right trajectory. So,
Here.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Dustin for president.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was good. I hope. Yeah, we can play that back later.
Yeah, we're gonna record this one. We're gonna keep this one.
I've learned a lot today from you and Visit Lake Geneva, and knowing that it's a regional concept, and we're better together is kind of the underlying message that if all our communities are working together and doing good things, whether that's for kids or adults or business or whatever, tourism, whatever it might be. I didn't always realize that. I thought, well, Visit Lake Geneva is all about Lake Geneva.
Which
is so not true.
No, in fact, we work a lot with Chris Clapper at the Elkhorn Area Chamber of Commerce and Tourism, because we're on the same boat. And a rising tide lifts all ships.
Raises all ships.
And it's true. The better Elkhorn tourism does, I know if they're here, they're coming to my place. Yeah. And so we work really well together. It's almost like having a bunch of car dealerships next to each other. They ended up lifting each other up. And even though you're still competitive and you want to be the best, you're working together for the same goal.
Sure.
And so I feel very fortunate. It's a region that takes care of its own, and I like that philosophy.
Well, today is the first day I've ever had a chance to talk to you. I know we've been at different conferences or meetings or things like that and cross paths, but your energy is contagious. And
Thank you.
you know,
Thanks.
prior to meeting today, looking into like, all right, who is Stephanie? Where does she come from? What has she done? Is also very impressive.
Well, thank you.
You've had a storied career.
Well, I appreciate that. I've been very blessed. I had great educators in my life. I had a lot of people who cared and were invested in me. And because of that, I invest in others. And that's what's going on in Elkhorn right now, is you are investing in your students. And having met several teachers today, wow, you can tell they are in it to win it. And we really are kind of at a crisis mode in our country right now. And I'm not talking politics. I'm talking about people like anxious to learn, anxious to be better, anxious to be excellent. And today what I saw were several students who were already excellent. And once you're at that level, you're not going to settle for anything less.
Yeah.
You know, if you're excellent academically, you're going to want to be excellent in the community, excellent at your church, excellent with your family. And so it all starts right here, and you are rocking it.
When you talked about people influential in your life, and someone asked me this years ago, and I often try it with people, but if we all sit here and we think of 3 people who are influential or great mentors or leaders in our life or influences in our life, just think of 3 people, but don't say their names. Is one of them a family member of some sort, a relative? Is one of them a teacher or a coach? Like, that's impactful, right? Like, education is impactful.
It is.
And it's why we all need to strive to be the best.
You know what? I had a band teacher in Beloit, and he was, a lot of people said, mean. I mean, you had to shine your trumpet, you had to sit up straight, you had to, but he'd always say the real fun in life comes from being good.
Yeah.
Really good. And so when I made it to Miss America, I actually won the talent award playing jazz trumpet. But I attributed that success to him because he just demanded it. And if you came with half your game, he would notice immediately.
Sure.
He noticed everything. And so those little details matter so much.
So true, isn't it? Sometimes those that held us the most accountable, and when we were in that, we felt like they're mean, they're hard, they're stubborn. Later on, we go, that was what I needed and most impactful.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a really good.
He didn't like later in life when I was driving my car around the state, playing my short model cornet, which I did. That's how I practiced, but you can't be perfect.
Yeah. Well, I think we're running close on time here, but this has been amazing, and thank you for all you do. I mean, all you do for our area and your energy and all the things you're involved in, and just making this area a better place.
Well, thank you. That's a high compliment. I appreciate it. But thank you for making, on a much bigger level than I'll ever do, this county a better place for generations.
We have a lot of great people working in this organization that make the magic happen every day. And a lot of great kids, they just got to find their niche.
They do.
When they find it, look out. They're pretty amazing.
Yep.
What you saw today. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, thank you
maybe
so much.
Visit Lake Geneva for another 20 years, your contract?
Yeah,
right? No?
Yeah.
I wasn't funny.
We need leadership. We need leadership.
Leadership matters.
That wasn't a joke. All right. Well, we're going to say goodbye. We're going to say goodbye to everybody.
Right.
And sign off here. Thank you so much.